Hey there guys, so in this war up against NXS, which is Noxious Smoke, I have a friend over there. He's a really nice guy. Just a really fun guy to talk to. Just, yeah, super cool guy. So this war, I'll get out. We were at a disadvantage from the get-go of this war. I'm recording this before the war is over. Currently, we are in a position to win. I'll show the score at the end of the war like I always do. And because I'm getting this out the night that the war is happening, I'll post the score in the comments like always. So this team I have here, everyone's going to be taking a fight unlike the cable that I've been bringing. I don't get to bring my own horseman ability, so I do end up picking that up from someone else. This Elsa here should have been really easy, should have been a very high health finish, but I just get clipped by her heavy. I for some reason thought it was only a single dash back, and I just got wrecked. It happens, right? It's just extra potions, that's all. That's all, man. It's just potions. But yeah, so that fight went pretty well. You don't have to worry about them having suicides. You don't have to worry about her shrugging because your archangel, your bleeds lower shrugs, your neurotoxins lower ability accuracy. It's a really safe fight if I just didn't, like, scrub. Which, I don't know why, these, like, first couple fights, all of them, I just had, like, a scrub moment in. Just, like, something even here is gonna happen. You'll see when it does. This right there, just I'm pretty sure I had my finger on block, but game disagrees, so I get hit in the face. It happens. Again, it's just more potions. It's a good thing I have the regen boost going. There must be placing with pretty high despair because especially when I have the bleed, I'm taking a lot. But then here, I go for the heavy, but he was actually out of the stun, so I get hit. So I'm down below 50% again. More potions because I take a lot of fights this war, which I really love doing. I love taking a lot of fights, as I said. So it's been a lot of fun these past few wars getting extra fights. But I just, in these early, like, 2 fights especially, I just, like, was an idiot with Archangel, just, like, getting hit in the face. Like, I ate an SP1 from Craven. That's embarrassing, man. So, this Section 1, we had to coordinate with a lot of different people to get the pre-fights because I needed the Horseman for Nick Fury, but someone had to take down a mini-boss. We're like trying to coordinate all this stuff. I didn't even know I was getting this pre-fight here for Kitty, which is Petrification Ray from Mr. Fantastic. When I came out, the reason I went in and out of the Craven fight, I thought the guy put the Horseman ability here, and I was like, bruh. Like, things were just already not going too well for the war, and I was just like, he put the wrong pre-fight on. But no, it was just the Petrification Array, so I try to keep it on a little bit, so that way I can control her power a bit better, but Nimrod can do this fight super well because of the different modes. He has the power drain here, which I have on her, which is constantly lowering her power, plus if you're in the other mode, you get the cowardice, which lowers the special attack damage by I think it's 40%, and it also lowers the ability accuracy, so it does a lot. And his SP2 here does Nimrod SP2 things. It took off, that was 40%. I missed the mini game for the SP3, but I have an invul boost. I knew I wanted the invul boost for a couple different fights, and I kind of like mistimed putting it on a little bit for like some of them, but it worked just fine. I'm glad I had it on for this fight. That SP3 wouldn't have killed me, but it would have been quite annoying. I wouldn't have had to heal because this is the only fight that I brought Nimrod for. He handled it absolutely amazingly. Right here, I have to wait for the person to get the Horseman ability, but they're moving energy around, so the one person went up first, but he's not the person with the Apocalypse, so I'm just like waiting here, just waiting for my Horseman. So far, those first 3 fights went pretty well, except, like, obviously, like, right, as I said, each 3 of them had, like, one clear, like, bad moment. The missed parry and the SP1 hit. For the Craven, Elsa just not dashing back enough. And then for that Kitty Pride, I did not give enough respect to backup recovery, especially because I lost my, I lost the Petrification Array. Right there, I was just asking for the Horseman ability. It's just like, hey, are you, like, here? I see him going in. Gotta thank the bros, you know? You don't take anything for granted. I've been the pre-fight guy in plenty of wars, bringing Torch for someone else's Torch pre-fight, bringing White Mags, bringing Mr. F, like, you bring what you need to do to get the map down as good as you can. Like, my BG gets it done so fast in war, we get it down so cleanly, it's absolutely astonishing what our officer plans. Like, We didn't get our plans out for like a really long time, yet we were still done around the same time. I love this group of guys so much. They just play it absolutely amazingly. So this is obviously Mixmaster Nick Fury. So the first half of the fight, very, very simple. Parry heavy your Archangel. Right? It's the second half that gets a little bit more complicated. And right here, I'm doing almost 20k a second, basically. So that's pretty insane damage. So that first half, super simple. The second half is pretty simple as well, but you just have to remember it's a Mixmaster, so I need to be mixing up my combos some. So because I want to use my heavies while he's not stunned, I need to use a medium to reset it, but if I use just the medium, if I have to punish him for something with my medium, I'll end up getting evaded, so I want to try to end it on a light, but right there I was an idiot and kind of ended it on that light, or on the medium, but I was able to get the heavy off cleanly right there, so it wasn't really a worry, and this fight only took a minute. Another 50% health one, but there wasn't any mistake there, which I'm really grateful for, because I have the invul on, but Agent always there, cheering everyone on in every BG. It's the best. Agent's the best if you don't know Agent. But yeah, so that Nick Fury fight went absolutely well. Like, just went almost as well as it could have gone. Like, of course, probably could have played it better in some way. I could have done, like, the heavy Nick Fury cheese or whatever. But that's not what you're trying to focus on in war. You're just trying to get it down as clean as you can. I'm okay to use the extra potions. I have a ton of potions from this stuff. Actually, my potions are probably a little bit low after this war, actually. But I still have, like, 2 compensation or something I can claim, and the potions are still pretty full. And my glory store potions are full. This torch is for a Mephisto. That's about as peanut butter and jelly of a matchup as you get in this game, if I'm being honest. And I needed an invulnerability boost for my next fight. That's what it was like assigned with. It's like, put on an invulnerability boost here. He might get an SP3. So with Torch, especially because I was running suicides, probably a little bit lazy to not switch them, but his damage is just so crazy with them, and I know how safe this fight is, I just left them on. I probably should have talked to my officer about it first, but I was really confident that the damage boost was going to work, and 15 seconds into the fight, I already triggered that. What I wanted was I wanted him to throw his heavy there when I was holding block, so I could do a full 5-hit combo, and if he wasn't dead at that point, I'd throw the SP1. But this is why I wanted the invulnerability boost, and right here you're going to see it. I actually remembered to do it this time. I slowed it down. 30k power sting. So, or 26k, sorry. I always end up rounding, and I always round up. Exaggerating. You know how it is. So, the power sting was massive there, but the invulnerability boost was actually for this fight. So normally, right, you'd use someone with like armor break or something, but I don't know why it happened in the planning. But I got Torch for the Mephisto, and I got Archangel for this Killmonger. So, in case you don't quite know, so when you're applying the debuff so I wanted to trigger his reverberation there. If he gets the reverberation trigger at 0 power, I won't take any damage back for this first reverberation set when I don't have ability accuracy reduction. Right there, I should have countered his special, but I wasn't confident. Right, so whenever you apply a debuff to Killmonger, he gains power, and the bleeds you apply to trigger each neurotoxin actually count as a debuff unless you're already surpassing his ability accuracy. So that's why those first 2 triggered power, but 3, 4, and 5 didn't, was because ability accuracy reduced the ability to not trigger. If that makes any sense. It's a little bit silly sounding. But yeah, it's pretty much just like the debuffs are triggering to trigger the neurotoxin. So even though it becomes a passive, it counts as a debuff first. That heavy right there was way too slow. I probably could have been punished for that if I was hair longer. I mean, this is a Silver Surfer, like, I honestly don't know if I have the invulnerability boost for this, but I'm using rank 3 Archangel with Horseman. I have the Unstoppable if he does hit me. This fight's pretty easy. 30 seconds. It's just what it is. It's Archangel. Like, I love using Archangel so much. I loved him even at R5 for war, but at R3 as a 6-star, even with the lower sig, man, he's just so good. If my officer told me to rank 4 Archangel, I'd do it. Like, not a bit of hesitation, just I'd do it. So right here, I'm trying to remember what boost is it, which 3-minute boost is it I put on for this fight? Is it the regen? So this fight, it's pretty similar to that one I have been taking because we used the white mags for this fight and that fight as well. So my parry doesn't get shrugged off in either of these, but I do go for the invulnerability, burning through those boosts. So the biggest thing for me in this fight is missing in action. I need to be careful of the miss, which maybe I wasn't for one heavy. You'll see. So I get that obliterate or stifle on me. Is it obliterate, stifle, whatever the heck it is? And he has the falter there. And at first I didn't realize what was happening, why he was missing me, and then I'm like, oh shoot, there's a falter on him. I can play with that. So right here, I missed the one parry, and then he got passive for a second, and so I get the falter, and I miss on him, and then he triggers 2 unstoppables during that, both making him stun immune. Right there, he had the falter, so I just went for a reckless heavy in case he dashed in. It was perfectly safe to do because of the falter. I swear, Fernando, please don't kill me. So this is currently the score of our war. I typically don't show the bottom part, but 10 points for whoever saw it before I said it. So we're ahead by 2 deaths, but really we're not ahead by 2 deaths because someone wasn't able to place. There's a perfectly good explanation. Don't really want to get into that on a YouTube video, but it is worth pointing out that we do have 29 for this war. We're not at 30, so it does put us at a bit of a disadvantage at the start, but right now we're ahead, so that's really good for us. I hope we keep the advantage. I hope they die a couple more times, give us a bit more of a gap. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Hope you guys have a good one.